Okay, so it's my turn. Right. Now, just to prove our methods, this is the plan I've scribbled, and everything is written in a book, in words. We don't have created editors, we don't use AI, we don't do anything else, we just try to create a story in a couple of hours. So, my 5-word challenge. The words I had from the draw were bandages, tiger, carpet, window, and monkey. So out of that I've created a story and I've called it Luke and the Magic Carpet. It was raining outside. In fact, it was pouring, and Luke was not allowed to go out and play, as his mum told him he would get muddy and wet. But Mum, Luke pleaded, it's only water, and there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. However, despite all his efforts, the answer was the same. Sulking by the window, he saw his reflection in the glass. He looked so glum. I can't sit and mope all day, he thought, but I do wish I could go out and play. Suddenly, there was a rumbling noise, a whoosh and a whoop. What was that? The little boy thought, as he turned his head. There was a gentle knock on the window, and Luke jumped as he turned back to face the glass. To his surprise, there was a carpet, stood upright, waving at him. Yes, waving at him. It even had eyes and a mouth too. Well, I was not expecting that, Luke chuckled to himself. But that was not the end of this rather strange encounter, as the carpet began to speak. Rainy days are dull, but fun can be had, so jump on my back and off we'll go for an adventure or two. It will stop you from being sad. You will be ever so glad. The little boy thought for a moment. He knew leaving the house, when he had been told no, was bad enough. But leaving with a stranger was definitely off limits. His mum and dad, his teachers, and even the TV had educated him on stranger danger. But then he shrugged his shoulders and said, it's only a carpet. How much danger can a walking, talking rug really do? It's not every day you see something this weird. Mm-hmm. Needless to say, Luke slipped out of the house unnoticed and climbed aboard this now floating piece of furry flooring. As you may now have guessed, this was no ordinary carpet. It was magic. Up and away they flew, above the clouds and far away, before landing by a silver lake in the rainforest. Cool, Luke said, diving into the water. He was having so much fun that he failed to notice the tiger walking out of the undergrowth, approaching the lakeside, with a monkey on its back. The magic carpet didn't, as it backed away, tapping the splishing and splashing young boy on the shoulder and pointing in the direction of the two animals who were staring straight back at them. Luke froze, not because the water was cold, but because he did not fancy being a tiger's lunchtime snack. His jaw dropped though, and his eyes popped out of his head as the tiger began to speak. Please don't be afraid, the tiger said. We mean you no harm. Besides, we are vegetarian, and we've already eaten. Cautiously, the little boy and the magic carpet made their way to dry land to speak to the tiger. The tiger's name was Tony, and the monkey, who was called Jacob, were the best of jungle buddies. But the cheeky monkey had had an accident, and his tiger friend did not know what to do. While swinging through the trees during the pair's daily jungle run, Jacob the little monkey had fallen out of a tree and injured his knee. He could no longer walk and looked rather sad, sitting on a rock. His leg hurt really bad. Tony was worried about his friend's mental health. He hadn't spoken for days or let his emotions out. I don't know what to do. I know he needs help, but I cannot cope with my friend's constant mope. Luckily, Luke was a caring soul who would always help out, and seeing these friends in a bit of a muddle meant the first thing he did was give them a cuddle. Don't be so sad. We'll fix you in a jiffy. Just come with us. The ride is quite nifty, the boy said to the unhappy duo. From 0 to 60 in less than a second, the carpet shot off, flying through the air and an open window of the nearest hospital, while Luke grabbed as many bandages as possible on the way through, whilst his fluffy aircraft kept reminding him to keep his hands and feet in the ride at all times. When the magic carpet finally stopped, the travelling trio found themselves atop a snow-covered mountain. It was cold on the mountain, and Tony the tiger thought he might turn into a snow leopard if he stayed there much longer. But Luke needed some ice to put on Jacob's knee. This will reduce the swelling, so hold it there for a while, he told the puzzled monkey. Whilst they waited, Tony, Luke, and the magic carpet made snow animals in the snow, had a snowball fight, and built a snow monkey. Jacob was not amused, sat watching their joy while he was just sat holding ice on his knee. But that was about to change. The clever little boy bandaged Jacob's knee. "They're great!" Tony roared, and in no time at all the cheeky monkey jumped to his feet, doing keepy-ups with a snowball as he juggled bananas that he'd secretly smuggled on their journey from the rainforest. Jacob was so incredibly funny. He had the others in stitches. The magic carpet found him hilarious and thought his seams might split. With everyone exhausted from laughing so much, and Jacob needing to rest his leg again, Luke had an idea. "Let's go sledging," he declared to the others. Flipping onto its back, the magic carpet was ready. Tony, Jacob, and Luke climbed aboard, and the rest was left to gravity. Whoosh! They shot down the mountain at such a speed they thought they'd never stop. But it was so much fun. From sledging down a mountain to playing hide and seek in some caves, before a stop at the beach where they played frisbee, built sandcastles, and ate ice cream. Although the magic carpet was a bit concerned that the mess he had made might stain his threads. What a great time they'd had! But a voice was calling inside Luke's head. "Luke, tea time!" It was his mum. "Crikey, friends, I have to dash," the boy hastily told his new buddies. The magic carpet didn't hang about. He knew his young rider was not meant to be out. Tony and Jacob were ever so grateful for finding someone so helpful and caring. However, they couldn't help being sad that their new friend was leaving. With a hug and a wave, Luke and the flying rug departed, but not before Jacob had farted. "Oops, sorry, too many bananas," the monkey said, laughing.
Oh my gosh.
In no time at all, Luke was back, sat in front of the window, waving as the magic carpet did one last flyby when his mum entered the room. "Luke, I've been calling you for..." Then she noticed the state of her son was in. "Why are your clothes so wet and dirty? And is that sand on your shoes?" The boy just looked at her with a smile and said, "I'm sorry, Mum, but I'm not sure you would believe me if I told you," as he took one last look out of the rain-covered window before squelching his way out of the room. The end.
Bravo, Daddy. That's really good. Thumbs up.